Today we're going to talk about false profit future. So we're going to find a nice little spot where we can sit and flow and glow. I see one. See a nice little rock we can sit on. So, yes, I woke today with this little niggly idea to talk about false profit futures. Just getting permission from this sacred ancestor to sit. So, false profit future. Since I got into this crazy multidimensional world of remembering, there's been this constant talk of the event. And there's this talk of this big event, but then there's this constant talk and ideas of this thing's coming. And I've been part of it, of course, because it's so, again, it's so alluring. It takes you up. As humans, dreaming in time, we're always wanting this moment, this savior, this thing that will happen, this something in the future that's going to change everything, that's going to make everything better, that somehow is going to change me or change the world. And so the false prophet future is anything. Look, these little mosquitoes are going to start munching on me now. Anything that's put in the future, anything that's put ahead of you is a false prophet. Anything that's put out there or beyond you is a false prophet, because time does not exist. Everything is now. And what's happening is there's these continuous, sparkly, multi-dimensional carrots that keeps us looking for this next event, for this thing that's going to happen, for the event that's going to change humanity, the thing that's going to change the world. And it's taken so many different forms. Even politicians were put in this savior mode, and then it's dates, and then it's astrological events. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything that's put in the future is a false prophet. And humans have this, it seems to be in our DNA, it seems to be in our makeup. We always have this constant desire for this thing that's going to change. And it's always in the future. So it's always a false prophet. And because this is a collaborative reality, the challenging thing about it as well is eventually, like the boy who cried wolf, eventually the continual focus will create events, and things will, and they do happen. But what happens is we've missed the whole point. The process is the point. So we'll come together in a collective vibration, intention and attention will create an event, but we've spent all our time waiting for the event. We've missed all our moments. We've missed the moment that is now. The event will always be now. The event is eventing now, and this one is venting about the event. But everything is now. It's always here. It's right now. It's this. It's this. It's this. It's this. It's this. It's this. It's not in the future. If you put it in the future, it'll always be ahead of you. And whenever the event happens, you've missed the process. You've missed the point. The point is the process. The point is the now. The point is the breath. The point is this moment. There is only this moment. There is only this. It's already so. It's already happening. It's already you. You're already there. And anything that's put in the future is a false prophet. It's telling you something over here is going to make you better. It's going to improve your life. It's got ascension. It's got more of something. It's something new. And so what happens is you've got the multidimensional carrot dragging you along to eventually come together with your good. And what's happened? You've missed all the moments of your life. You've missed the interactions. You've missed the simplicity. You've missed the tree just being a tree. You've missed the world being the world while you're trying to reach a new world. You're trying to become a new earth without being grounded in the earth that's here always now. And so false prophet future is anything that's put ahead of you. It's put beyond you. And again, there seems to be something in the genetic makeup of humans. It's so alluring. It's so attractive. Something in the future will happen. Think how many products, think how many things in your reality are based on a better future. Think how many things are sold. Think how many things are produced that promise a better future. And the challenging thing about it is that it's to vision a higher version of ourselves that's what we're all about, because we are beyond all of this. And the process is the point. And the vision of the brighter future is now. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You don't vision for something happening in 30 years' time. You don't vision for something happening on the eclipse. The vision is now here. I am nowhere. I am now here. The vision of new earth, the vision of the new me is now here. It's now. If it's put in the future, it's always ahead of you. It's always the multidimensional carrot dangling, taking you around the next corner, following the next teacher, reading the next book, waiting for the next cosmological event. It's always here now, unless we put it in the future, and then we become the false prophets. So since I began to get into this world, there's been this continual talk of this event. And I'm venting that the event is eventing through and as you always. And everything that's appearing is the event eventing now. You are the event eventing now, and everything that appears is the abundant expression of life itself becoming. There is no such thing as a future. There's no such thing as past. There's no such thing even as now. There's just this. It's just always this. And so this continuous focus on false prophet future gives this sense of hope. And this sense of hope has built into it lack. Hope is lack. The hope of this future event changing something that's going to make my life better, going to make the world better. The hope that this person, this galactic federation, this this politician, this spiritual teacher, this extraterrestrial, this group of beings are going to do something on some future event that's going to make everything better. Suddenly all my challenges will go away. Suddenly I won't have to do any work anymore. Instantaneously the financial system is going to change. Instantaneously my relationships are going to I'm going to have a perfect divine body. The world is going to be in peace. This is the subtle, even if it's not overtly said, it's implied. It's implied in these false prophet futures. It's here now. It's always been here now. It can't be anything other than now. But we can miss the gift of this now by always waiting. So when we're waiting, we're putting a weight on top. We weigh down the now moment, so we miss it. So we weigh it down. I'm going to hold this. It's funny, a teacher share. If you wait for a rainy day, if you wait, what does it say? If you're always waiting for a rainy day, one day you're going to need an ark. So if you're always holding off your good for a rainy day, one day you're going to need an ark because the whole place is going to be flooded. That's just a joke. Or is it? The event flood. So we weigh down with the weight of expectation of some false prophet future and miss the now. Miss this moment, miss this beautiful sky, miss this one of a kind cloud that will never ever be the same again. Exactly what's appearing now will never appear in exactly the same way. And we're looking for this false prophet future, this event where everything's going to change. And what happens? We miss it. We miss the gift of life now. We miss this breath. We put it off. We're waiting for the rainy day, and then we have to jump in an ark. And again, when so many humans are continuously focused on something, some form will manifest. But what will happen is we've missed the whole point of it. We've missed everything. We've missed the moment. We're always. This is what the whole false matrix is. It's putting people in a treadmill to eventually get to something that's going to make their life better at 11:11. Look at that. This false matrix is a constant want, a constant consuming, a constant saving for the future. It's a constant when I become, when my body looks like this, when I have achieved this sort of knowledge or this sort of accolade or this sort of thing. It's you're in a constant cycle. You're in a constant treadmill to next, the treadmill to more. And then all this multidimensional false prophet future is just putting sparkles around it, putting stars around the carrot. It's so funny when it's like we're talking multidimensionally. The false prophet future will say time is an illusion, and let's get prepared for the event in the future. And it's both and. The kingdom of heaven is within now. We are here to vision, to be, and to remember our future. There is no future, and we can remember our future by visioning the truth of who we are, but it's now. It's not on the 8th of April. It's not on the summer solstice. It's not out there. It's now here. It's inside now. Because if we continuously put it in the future, we're taking the good, the God, the good in the God in the good, and putting it ahead of ourselves. So we put the sparkly carrot out there that we're always running on a treadmill towards. And so, again, the false matrix, this idea, if I can just get something more, if I can become something more, if I can have this relationship, if I can achieve this or that project, then I will be happy. Then I will be fulfilled. Then I will complete my mission. The multidimensional in this future, you know, the beings of light are coming to save us. I'm going to awaken. No, so my awakening is in the future. My enlightenment is in the future. My project is in the future. My mission is in the future. I have to do this or that thing that's going to lead to this or that outcome in the future. It's now. This is it. This is it. When we put it in the future, we miss all of it now. And then something will happen and we'll realize, oh, shift, I missed it all. You never really miss it all, but if you're constantly focusing on something in the future, we've missed all of the moments that make up this experience that is ever present. It's ever now. So false prophet future is anything that's out ahead of you. It's anything that is not now here. And again, the transformation of consciousness and the revolution of consciousness is the important word. It's a revolution of consciousness. It's not stepping from one into something new that is there. It's a revolution. It's coming back upon itself. It's a cycle. The way it's been shared is like we're in one place and we're going to another place. No, we're cycling back to what is always here. We're revealing what is already so. That's why it can't be in a future. The future doesn't exist. So of course there is paradox. Of course our consciousness allows us to experience. This video has been going for 15 minutes. Our consciousness allows us to experience beginning, middle, end. And there is no beginning, middle, end. And the whole point of it is to experience every second, every moment as the now, as the what is. And if we have a calling within us and a desire within us and a mission within us for something transformational, for something that changes, that is made in the now, it's visioned in the now, it's experienced in the now, and it just plays out through the illusion of time. Whatever is going to be said in this video already exists. It's just that it seems to be happening in well, it is sequentaneous. It seems to be appearing in sequence, but it's all simultaneous. And just we use the filter, use our consciousness to filter the tool of time to experience beginning, middle, end. So the event is eventing. It's present. The future event is a desire to change something about the current state. And again, the paradox is, if we want to change our current state, we have to accept and love and appreciate the current state. What we appreciate appreciates. What we give our attention to and focus upon will appear. But if we put it in a future, the moments, all the moments and all the gifts between then and then will be missed. We're always wanting. There's always a desire. The Buddha said all of life is suffering. It's the life between the life when I get to this future thing, the false prophet future, then everything's going to be okay. Then we're going to be saved. Then I'm going to be happy. Then I can do all the things I want. Then when this or that happens, multidimensional, human, collective, it doesn't matter. If it's future, it's future. It's a false prophet. I'm going to put the comments on. Good morning. Good morning, Monique. Good morning. Oops. I did something and it changed everything. Morning, Rachel. Morning, Monique. So, false prophet future. I hope that's still online. Could you just put in the comments it's online? Because I did something and the whole screen just disappeared. I must be getting too close to it. Yes, if you're joining live, please put in the comments. Just say that it is still online because it seems like it is at 17:47. It's online. Thank you. Okay, so, and just to balance all of this again, to balance this, it's not about not envisioning. It's not about not seeing the highest potential. It's not about being and living the highest potential. It's not about following your intuition. It's not about acting upon a grander vision. It's not about that. It is everything to do with that. It's just that when that grander vision, that higher, the new earth, the event, the new world is put in the future, it's a false prophet. It's now here. The queendom is within you now here. The vision is not a future vision, it's a now vision. It's here. It's right now. The vision is appearing for now, not for the countdown. And so much of the false matrix is built in again with this. Again, there's something within the human makeup that thrives on this desire for more, this desire for a thing in the future. So much of the you know psychological things that are used in the false matrix are just built in with this. If you do this, and this, or if you act in this way, then this will come to you. If you can just become good enough, just rich enough, just beautiful enough, or just whatever enough, if you can just do a little bit more of this, if you can just continue to try harder, if you just meditate more, if you're just more holy, if you do this or that process, if you fast, whatever, it doesn't matter. All of these things, it's just, if I do this certain process in this certain way for a certain amount of time, then things will be fine. Then things will be better. Then things will become what they're promised to be. And the promise is in the now. The promise is here. The promise is already so. The event is eventing now. The event is you. It is here. It's already so. And the visions of the future are a current vision of a potential that's here. It's not. It can't be in the future. When and any event of any kind, when you experienced it, did you experience it in the future? It's so simple. It's too simple. It's too simple for the mind. It's too simple for this alluring part that wants this something. It's like, again, it's just this something that keeps you searching. It's this constant search. It's this constant want. It's this. I'm hearing an Irish saying. No, it's a bit of a lacking one. I'm not going to say it. It was just funny hearing it. It's an Irish saying about your wants. But it's like this constant want. There's a constant desire. There's a constant thing that feels missing. There's like something that's not there. And whenever that happens, then it'll be fine. Or whenever this condition changes, then I will have it. Then I can rest. Then I can enjoy life. And then the process is the point. The process, the whole appearance that is appearing now is all of it. So the false prophet future is anything that puts anything outside of what is now here. And the paradox is the grander vision of yourself, the greater expansion, the greatest remembering of the self is appearing now, not as a future. It's appearing now as a potential now. And it's only our belief in certain laws and certain things, that our belief in time and our belief in things taking time is the only thing that gives us the experience that things take time and that things happen on certain moments. And so again, the paradox of this is that is also the gift. If the 22 minutes and 33 seconds of this video was just what they really are, is just a condensed, instantaneous thing, we wouldn't have the experience of beginning, middle, end. I'm just using this as an example. If your life, you live for 77 years, it's all just an instantaneous knowing. You don't get to experience what it's like to be a baby, what it's like to be a toddler, what it's like to be a teenager, an adult, what it's like to go through the transition that we call death. So this is the paradox. But imagine the toddler taking its first steps and thinking about the moment when it's going to do the transitions of death. If all the teenager thinks about is when I'm going to die, if all of the the baby was thinking about is when am I going to get married? You see this in the analogy? They miss the moment. It's amazing that you get to experience this beginning, middle, end. You get to experience this tool of time. You get to use this tool of time to experience something that doesn't have sequence. Experience it in sequence, sequentaneously. So everything that is simultaneous appears in sequence, beginning, middle, and end, but it's not true. So if we're always searching, we're always seeking, we're always putting in this false prophet future, an event, an experience, a thing, a version of yourself, it will always elude us, because our attention on a future keeps something in the future by definition. And the gift of a vision of another version of ourselves, let's say a peaceful world, let's say where everyone has plenty, where everyone is taken care of, everyone remembers who they are, the world, we're living in harmony, and there's no like massive separation of wealth and resources, a vision of love. That's a vision of now. And the real prophets, the real ones, visionaries who could see, didn't put it in the future. They shared that vision as a now vision. One of the master teachers on the planet, he didn't see the blind man. He said, open your eyes and see. He didn't see the cripple. He said, pick up your sticks and walk. He didn't put it in the future. He didn't see healing or curing. He said, pick up your sticks and walk, open your eyes and see. What was he saying? He was saying, the appearance that you are seeing, I do not see that. I see the truth. This is not a healing or a cure. It's just seeing. Open your eyes and see, pick up your sticks and walk. That's now. It's not like, do some meditation, do some practices, believe in me, chant to the east, say my name 3 times backwards, and then maybe you can open your eyes and pick up your sticks. No. Open your eyes, see, pick up your sticks, walk. That's now. And when that knowing is so clear, like that dear master teacher that gave us, it's now. It doesn't take time. This wanting, again, if you're born into, if you've got the gift of being born into some of the, false matrix control systems, Roman real estate, etc., you're born lacking. But even if you're not born into one of these, it's embedded. It's embedded in this world. It's embedded in the reality. It's always something more. There's always something better. We're waiting on the event. We're waiting until I'm this age. I'm waiting until I achieve this or that. Waiting until there's this relationship. Waiting until there's this money. Waiting until this dimension. I don't care how high you put it. If it's put in the future, it's a false prophet. And paradoxically, those who hold those visions are receiving those visions to recognize and realize them now, to share them now, to be them now. So there's the gift of these visions, the gift of this truth. It's about now. It's being this now. It's seeing this now. It's open your eyes and see now. It's pick up your sticks and walk now. No matter how the conditions appear. So if you are the event venting and not just listening to this one venting about the event venting, how would you choose to be? How would you choose to live? If you knew your good, your God is not in the future, how would you choose to live? What would you choose to focus on? Where would you be today? How would your now moment unfold as the event eventing, as if everything that you've put in the future was known to be now here? How would you live? How would you see? How would you be? How would you feel? What would you choose to focus on? Who would you choose to spend your time with? In what way would you spend your time with them? This is the question, and we can only be the answer. So has been a little event on the event. And again, just to really be clear, because there's infinite potentials already existing, the ones we get to experience are the ones we focus on. And when enough of us focus together on a singular idea, it will appear. But it won't appear in the future. It will never appear in the future. So whatever form of experience appears, it is appearing now. And it's always now, and it's never in the future. We will just give ourselves the experience of that. So focusing on a higher vision, focusing on intuitive knowings within yourself, focusing and receiving this beautiful vision of this grander version of ourselves. It is beautiful, but if it's put in the future, it will always be in the future. If it's put ahead of you, it will always be out in front. It will always create a want. It will always create a desire. And again, paradoxically, this calling, this vision is received, and this gift It's a gift to receive this vision, this higher vision of Earth, of our being, of humanity, so that we do continuously be that now. It's not so that we can prepare for the future. It's not so that we can set everything up so that I can get this thing someday. Someday never comes. There is only now. So I invite you who watches this video to look to what you have put. It doesn't matter. We're focusing on the event because there's just a strong energy around that. But venting about the event eventing. We are the event eventing now. Always. And always have been and always will be. And the invitation is to look to what you have put in the future. That includes 5 minutes time. That includes tomorrow. That includes the 8th of April. That includes when I'm 64. Whatever. And if you put it in the future as an event, a thing, a change, doesn't matter what it is, that will create some sort of, quote, positive change in your life, ask the question now, what do I imagine this event will change within me? How do I imagine it will change me or change the world? How do I imagine that I will act differently? What do I imagine will happen in my relationships, in my connection with the divine, in my body's health, in the world? And ask yourself, how can I be that right now? What choices would whatever I imagine that future to be, how can I start to be that future now? How can I collapse this illusion of time, use that future vision as an inspiration, not as an aspiration. Use it as an inspire now. An aspiration is something I want in the future. I use these beautiful visions that we are receiving and these collective energies that we're focusing on to be inspired, in spirit now. What would I imagine I would be? How would I speak? Where would I be? What would I be doing? What would I not be doing? And just now. Choose those states of being right now. If I feel like some future event is going to change my state of being, choose the state of being right now. If I feel like achieving something will give me something, give it to yourself now. The fastest way to get something is to give it. First give it to another, then give it to yourself, then give it to the world. And all those things happen simultaneously because there's no difference, there's no separation. So the invitation again is to look at where you have been a false prophet to yourself, putting anything in your future, and ask yourself, what do I imagine this will make me feel? What do I imagine I would do? Where do I imagine I will be? How will I be? What will I feel? What will I say? Who will I be with? Who will I not be with? What will I be doing? What will I not? How would I imagine that this environment would change? And how can I start to live in that, be that, speak like that, act like that at 33, 33, 333, 33 now, and delete the illusion of the false prophet future. There is no future. Is it Katrina? Hello, good morning. Yes, I'm pretty sure that the snail doesn't spend their time in the future, but they are still trailblazing. I love it. So nice. Yes, so false prophet future. And again, just to finish, this is not about not focusing on beautiful things. It's not about giving your attention to these highest visions. It's absolutely 100% about giving that and focusing and getting together with those who hold a higher vision for themselves and a higher vision for humanity. It's just talking about that little illusion, that little multi-dimensional sparkly carrot that puts it in a false future that will never come. It's about being it now, seeing it now, living it now, saying it now, choosing it now, being it now. It's already now. It's already here. At 47. Okay, I shall go and be in this now, and of course just to make it clear. This one is continuously challenged with this as well. The illusion of time is very effective for this one as well. So just to make that clear, and even the experience of knowing that time is challenging, the illusion is challenging, is part of the process. It's it. That's it. The forgetting is it. The remembering is it. The falling asleep is it. The waking up is it. The enlightenment is it. The depression is it. It's all it. It's all it. It's it. It's only it. That's all there is. Okay. Thank you for joining this little expression on false profit futures. Love to hear in the comments what you feel about this. Have you recognized that you've put something in the future that you can actually already see that's already here? If you just change your idea, open your eyes, pick up your sticks, see and walk. I love you all so much. Until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are